All right, gonna work on this here pretty quick. It's an APCO Mossberg. Pretty old by the tail of it. Anyways, I'm gonna set this in some vapor rust and just to take some of the light coating off. There's actually some heavy rust on it, but we'll see what it looks like after the vapor rust, and then we'll put it on the water wheel. Alright guys, this is what it looks like after coming out of the evaporust. Now, I guess I might as well just put it on the wire wheel and see how it looks. I might polish this. Oh, the spring works on the detent. That's good. Let's go to the wire wheel. Looks pretty good. It's some type of, I don't know, it's pressed together. It's got a press there, it's got a pin, like a rivet pin, I guess you'd call it, and one there. That's pressed. I guess I could maybe take it apart, but I'd be afraid. I'm not good at making rivets, so. I think I might throw a little polish on this. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, let's do that. Before I try doing a little polish, I'm gonna run it over this fiber wheel here. I think it's a 600 grit. I can't remember. Chinese, I call it a Scotch-Brite wheel because it's what it looks like. It looks like it's glued together Scotch-Brite. All right, this metal is, I don't know, it's like old cap guns, old cheap, it's real cheap metal. The only good part about this thing is the anvil. The rest of it, it's just cheap. I probably should have painted this thing. I don't know what it was from the factory, I couldn't tell you, because the fiber wheel really doesn't do much good. Yeah, let's see what a little polish does to it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's about all I'm going to do to this thing. It's I don't know how to describe it, except I need to look it up. I think they quit making these in the 30s, mid-30s or so. This is probably 1930 to 35. And It's not a well-made ratchet. I think in 28 or so, they still had the push anvil through it. I think in the early 30s or 30, 31, somewhere around there, they changed. Anyways, still almost 100 years old, 90 at least. All I'm doing is cleaning the polishing. It does not polish very well. This metal is very, I would have to spend hours on this, and it's not worth it. It's still usable, and I think, wait a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 tooth. Now, can it hold a lot of torque? I doubt it. This thing is not made like some of the other ones that are high. I mean, you could put a lot of torque on it. I am going to put some wax on it. I'm going to give this back to him. I think he wants this. If not, it'll stay in my collection. I don't probably won't ever use this if I do keep it. Well, I say that. I try to use all my ratchets. Anytime I have them, this won't go to work. I mean, this is something most people wouldn't use. Number one, this spring in here, well, that's tough. But still usable. I mean, it's a 1/2-inch drive ratchet. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just old school. I mean, it's not something you would want to use outside, that's for sure, because it's got, the way it's produced, it's got gaps in it, and it's pop riveted together. I mean, it's a nice old school ratchet. I have never seen one before. I knew Mossberg made tools. I'm used to Mossberg guns, riot shotguns. I don't believe they're the same company, but I did know they made tools back in the day. Only because I worked in a shop one time that had some. Man, listen to that click. That is a big footprint in there. Like I said, to take this apart, you'd have to grind that rivet down, that rivet down, that rivet, and then it would come apart. I am not about to take it apart. It's actually not bad for the age, and it's got some dents and dings if you look at it real closely. The metal's it's not a high grade of metal, but back then a lot of these tools, by the time this was made in 1930 or 31, somewhere right around there, they were actually making some better quality. This is still turn of the century stuff here. So they did make better quality tools. This was still old school stuff. And there's the name. Go to Alloy Artifacts. It's a website that deals in old American US tools, some foreign tools, and it gives a history of it. I haven't delved into it, looked at it real close, but still, good piece of equipment for the age. I really didn't do much. This video is not going to be that great. Well, come on. There it goes. I mean, wire wheel. I tried to put it on the fiber wheel to see if that would take any, but it didn't. The fiber wheel really didn't help that much. And I'm not going to spend that amount of time on this. It really, just like it is a good tool. I mean, it's usable. I really, truly, it's a usable tool. Would most people use this? If somebody saw this in the dollar bin, they probably wouldn't pick it up because the metal is like pot metal. It's cheap. Palladium, something like that. And that, well, at least the detent works. Like I said, he gave me a bunch of tools, and this was in it. I think he might want this back. If he doesn't want it back, I'm gonna stick this in my collection of ratchets and call it good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Have you seen one? First one I've seen out in the wild. Like I said, I think I've seen some of these back in the day when I worked in the shop when I was a kid, but back then I was too stupid to understand what was going on. Too young. All right, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks now.